Well, this summer has been the summer of baseball as far as our youngest son Reed is concerned. He has played in dozens and dozens and dozens of games in every small town around our little community. And he's played as many as 3 games a day, and he still loves it. But today is the last day of what seems like a marathon summer around baseball. Reed's final game is today.
Thank you to Birch Gold for sponsoring today's video.
So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are expected to announce the new global supercurrency backed by gold and other commodities. And this is definitely part of the long-term plan to remove the US dollar as a cornerstone of the global financial systems.
How can you protect your IRA or 401k from the fallout from this landmark announcement?
Historically, gold has always been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty, which is definitely right now.
Get a free info kit on gold IRAs and decide for yourself if a tax-sheltered retirement account backed by physical precious metals is right for you. Visit birchgold.com/redpoppyranch.
There is a monumental shift happening among nations that control 1/3 of the world's GDP, and this all kicks off on the 22nd of August.
Arm yourself with information to protect your retirement savings. Visit birchgold.com/redpoppyranch and claim your free info kit on gold from Birch Gold.
So this is real Doug fir 10-inch wide shiplap. And in some cases, shiplap's getting a little bit tired, but in this case, it's perfect. Every old, well-built barn or tack room or milking parlor that I've ever gone into seems like they've got shiplap in it somewhere. Some of that is because of the time period in which those buildings may have been built, but shiplap used to be very inexpensive and very easy to install, so that's why everybody used it. So this is second grade Doug fir shiplap that has knots in it, and anywhere there's knots in it, the wood has a tendency to discolor even when you use a primer. But I still put a high quality primer on it before I put the paint on it. And to me, shiplap really should be sprayed or painted individually, like I'm trying to do here before I'm installing it. Again, because this is second grade lumber and because it's real wood, it moves around and it's not precision straight. So I have to work through it using a level, make sure I'm staying straight while I'm installing it. And I'm doing my best not to have very much waste at all. So I'm putting up boards with all kinds of imperfections in it. And I hope it looks cool at the end. I was once in an antique store where I noticed some very small chicken wire. It was about half the size of normal size chicken wire, and I've literally been trying to find that chicken wire and use it in one of my projects ever since. Well, the good news is I finally found some. I'm going to use that 1/2-inch chicken wire and some regular old 2x4s to build the stair rail, and I hope to have that done before next week's video. While I'm working on the shop, I sneak away from time to time to work on the new property, and it's officially time to tie these two pieces of property together in the form of one big pasture up front. And I need to get this old temporary fence removed that we installed a few years back before I can really start moving some dirt around. I have a whole bunch of dirt from the other property that I need to do something with, and if I do this right when I'm finished, I hope it looks like it was always this way. Not only will it look more natural to me, but the animals will have the opportunity to get up in the trees whenever they want to. The goats just have to mess with my camera. All right, I'm going to finish cutting into the hill around my favorite maple tree here and seeing if I can't get the dirt work done. Should be working on a shop right now, but I need a little break, I suppose. I like the idea of doing a lot over there and a little bit over here. And now that I took the other fence out, I need to get this figured out pretty quick. I need to make some decisions as far as where the new fence is going to go and finish the dirt work around it. So. The new pad over on the new property has turned out to be a huge blessing, but I need it to be a little bit bigger. When I pull in with my trailers, it can be a little bit tight in here, and so I'm trying to carefully make it as big as I can without taking out too many more trees. Over the years, as I've moved dirt around, I've found hundreds and hundreds of rocks, and I've been stacking them all over the place, and I hope to start using those rocks real soon. I can do things in the excavator that I naturally can't do in the skid steer, but when it comes to moving loose dirt, the skid steer is by far the better choice, especially around these trees. I can use the excavator blade to really get down in the hard dirt and scratch that stuff out that might be harder for the skid steer. So moving all this dirt around, what it has now done is it's almost doubled the size of this area over here. One of the things that I noticed shortly after we dug this out was that when I pulled in here with my 20-foot trailer behind me, there was no room to maneuver, no room to unload. It just wasn't big enough. But making it bigger requires moving a whole lot of dirt. So by leaving that big, huge tree there and moving all the dirt around it, I literally probably added about 30% more flat ground to the equation. So I just need to finish moving this dirt. Then I got to drag this little hill down by the road here. I got to drag that back a little bit, and then it's ready to start setting the fence posts. So I could stack hay right here, which this is going to be part of that front pasture now. So I could stack hay. There's a number of things that I could do with this, but the bottom line is flat ground is a serious commodity around here right now, and so anything I can do to expand that flat ground is always good. I rarely go back and watch old videos, but every once in a while I try to remind myself what the land originally looked like when I first got it. Just a friendly reminder of how far we've come, but it's hardly the same place. Both pieces of property were so heavily treed that very few people could see any potential in them until we came along. The delicate balance of how much of nature must conform to our needs has always been the struggle. But the bottom line is, in order to make the land usable in the ways that I need it to be usable, nature had to give a little. There are still thousands of trees on our land that I intend on removing over my lifetime. I can see that some of these trees must go for the others to survive. The only way I can get rid of the invasive weeds without spraying them with chemicals is to get the healthy grasses around them growing and choking those weeds out. And the only way that can happen is if enough sunlight can get down through the canopy to get the grasses growing. My hope is in years to come that the trees look like they're supposed to look like. Big, healthy, beautiful trees. Not like they're competing for every nutrient that they get. There's a very high likelihood that someday we would have a wildfire go through our backyard. It's happened before, it's probably going to happen again. And the more of the dead and rotting trees that are on the ground slowly dying that's been removed, the less fuel there will be on the ground for the forest fire to consume, and therefore it should do much less damage, and therefore we are less vulnerable. Plus, this is how we heat our home in the wintertime, and I don't have any intentions of changing that.
Well, it's nice to have you around. We ain't got no law in this town, not much of a sheriff in the county. Things get some rank now and then.
So while I'm working on the shiplap, I'm thinking about the new fence and the new pasture and all the things that are going to happen over there on that new property. And as soon as all the projects are done here inside the shop, I'm going to get after it over there on the new property with some of these projects. So my goal for today is to try and finish all the dirt work around this big tree and get all the dirt moved down low. And maybe even by the end of the day finish cleaning up this little berm along the road so I can start setting some fence. These goats are basically doing whatever they want, wandering wherever they want. Our chickens are kind of vulnerable right now, so I need to get this front fence put back in and then make some decisions on where the back fence is gonna go. It's supposed to be 97 today. Doesn't get that hot up here very often. So far, I've been very happy with the Bobcat 435 excavator. Over winter, I hope to do some repairs to it, maybe paint it, clean it up a little bit. The other day, I spent a few hours tearing the interior apart and cleaning the machine really heavily, and that alone felt good to do. But I think the swing brake is slowly going out because I'm using this machine probably more than it ever got used before. So at some point, I'm going to have to address the swing brake issue. I will say that my old 853H is unstoppable. Just keep oil in it, keep some diesel in it. That thing will get the job done. Maybe not as fast as the new machines, but it'll do it. If I could go back to the very beginning, I probably would have bought a skid steer before I bought anything else. They're such versatile pieces of equipment and they have so many attachments available to them. But the thing that I can do with my little skid steer better than anything else is maneuver around the trees and do it in a very efficient, even fast manner. And that's hard to do with bigger equipment, especially when you have to dodge the trees. So I have about a week left to get everything done here in the shop before family shows up and hopefully uses the shop. So on our next video, we should be getting pretty close to the finish line with the shop. Once all the shiplap is installed, I'm going to rip a couple pieces into 3-inch strips, trim it out, get the doors installed, and then focus on getting the bathroom finished up. Right here in this corner, I'm going to build some sort of a farmhouse style cabinets slash hutch where Cedar will have some storage for the bedrooms, but also a place where I can hide the tankless water heater and hopefully insulate it and keep it from potentially freezing in the wintertime. I'm really liking how the shiplap is turning out. I can't wait to start hanging all my old antiques all over the place. We wanted to say thank you for taking time to watch our videos. Our next video is going to be all about the stair rail up these stairs and hopefully the conclusion of all of the things left that need to be done out here in the shop before it's officially complete. Thank you again, and we will see you in a week. So the shiplap has turned out really, really cool, and on next week's video I should have everything 100% done. And this is some really cool special order chicken wire that I hope to incorporate into the stair rail. I ordered that a few months back and it took a long time to get, long time to find even, because of the diameter of the hole. And I can't think of a better place to use it than on the stair rail. So on next video, it'll be the stair rail done. Hopefully the shop is completely done. Hopefully I'm even putting up some fence next door because I need to get on that ASAP too. I really like how the shiplap is turning out, and the reason I chose the real wood traditional kind of, to me it reminds me of like a milking parlor, or it reminds me of the inside of a barn. They used to put the shiplap in everything back in the old days, and I thought it'd be fun to put it in here. So this place is going to end up being nicer than mine and Cedar's first apartment, which really isn't saying that much, but